What do you mean this really, really happened? Like, this actually happened. I asking what you should do. Let's read it together so that you would know that I'm not overreacting. I fell in love with my sneaky link, then our mothers introduced us as cousins. Yes, you heard me right. Cousins. I didn't plan to fall in love with him. He was supposed to be temporary. No labels, no expectations, just vibes, late night calls, and comfort. A sneaky link, the kind you swear you're emotionally detached from, even when your heart knows you're lying. We met in the most unserious way. We started talking on IG. He was easy to talk to, emotionally intelligent, funny without trying too hard. He listened, really listened, and that alone almost ruined me. We didn't go out much. We loved to cuddle and do some other extra stuff. Midnight conversations, voice notes that felt too intimate for something casual, inside jokes that only made sense to us. Somewhere along the line, I caught feelings. I knew because I started caring too much. I started rereading text, I started getting jealous. Sneaky links are not supposed to do that. Why are you even doing sneaky link? In big 2026. Then came the day the universe started to embarrass me thoroughly. There was a small family gathering, nothing serious, just my mom and a few relatives from my maternal side. I wasn't expecting anything dramatic, certainly not a plot twist. By the way, I am a 24-year-old adult and he is 25 years old. When he walked in, my heart almost dropped. Almost stopped. I stared at him like I was seeing a ghost. What is he doing here? Before I could process anything, our mothers were already smiling. My daughter, my mom said, pointing at me. Then she turned to him. This is your cousin. Cousin. The word echoed in my head like bad sound design. I laughed loud, nervous, uncontrolled. The kind of laugh you do when your soul has already left your body. Surely this was a joke. Maybe they meant family friend. Maybe Nigerian parents were just being dramatic again. But no, his mom joined in cheerfully. Yes, so distant cousin, but still cousin. Your grandmother and my mother were related. I felt dizzy. I looked at him. He looked just as confused. We avoided eye contact like two people who had shared secrets they were never meant to survive daylight. Suddenly, every memory flashed through my head like a warning montage. The late nights, the hugs that lasted too long, the emotional intimacy and the other stuff that we did, the things we had said to each other, all while our ancestors were apparently watching. After the introductions, I pulled my mom aside. Are you serious? I whispered. She nodded casually, smiling. Yes, now. Very distant, but family is family. I wanted the ground to open up and respectfully swallow me. Later that evening, I confronted him privately. We stood there, awkward and quiet, like strangers, pretending they hadn't memorized each other's voices and seen each other's nakedness. He called his mom again, asked questions, village names, great-grandparents, family tree details nobody ever wants to know this deeply. And that's when it was confirmed. Not first cousins, not second, but close enough for God to say absolutely not. We stopped talking after that. No big arguments, no dramatic goodbye, just mutual understanding and a silent agreement to let the bloodline breathe. But here's the thing, my feelings didn't magically disappear. We didn't suddenly become strangers in our heads, we just became quiet. So now I'm asking you, do I let it go completely and pretend this never happened? Do I block him and move on? Or do I accept that sometimes the best connections don't always get a happy ending? Girl, what do you mean? What do you mean by should you accept that the best connections always get a happy ending? Yeah, probably you should accept it. It must have a happy ending. And you know, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. That is the thing. When people, in fact, even in relationship, this could have honestly they could have gotten okay. They couldn't have gotten married because family made family, right? But they probably would have been in a relationship, and it still wouldn't make it any better. But I think it's kind of worse that this is a sneaky link because you are not even supposed to fall for this person. You know, in the terms of sneaky link, situationship, stuff like that, you are not supposed to fall for this person. But eventually you did. And I think that's a sign that God is telling you, my girl, sneaky link, Abby, whatever it is not for you. You had to emphasize a 24-year-old adult, he's 25-year-old. I understand that you're adult and you can make your own decisions. But I just want you to understand that it is better that you define things. This is 2026. Definitions are quite important. They are a thing. As much as you can, try to define things: business, relationship, romantic feelings, whatever it is, define it. And should you let it go completely and pretend it never happened? Yes, you can try as much as possible to pretend it never happened, but it did happen. And the earlier you accept that it happened is where your forgiveness, your personal forgiveness, and your justification and whatever it is you want to feel would come from. If you pretend it never happened, that will be you lying to yourself, and you always have that guilt in your head. So, did it happen? Yes, it happened. Was it supposed to happen? No, it wasn't supposed to happen, right? But it has happened. And the best thing you can do for yourself is to move on. Do I block him and move on? You haven't blocked him yet. Are you serious? So all this talk and all these stories, what? Girl, please block him and move on. That will be the beginning of your healing process and your healing story and whatever it is. Block him, try and move on. Feelings will magically disappear like you expected it to. This someone that, as you said, you have seen each other's nakedness, you've been vulnerable to each other and all of that. You have done stuff together, right? Yeah, so it won't just disappear. It will take a while. If you are a Christian, whatever it is, you need to talk to somebody, reach out to somebody and let them know how you are feeling. And yeah, you really, really need help. This kind of thing can mess with your head. It can mess with your head. Oh my God. What do you mean if you're sleeping with your cousin? Hey! Close enough for God to say, God, you know, even people will say, there's something we say, Tofiakwa. In English, we say, God forbid. I think your people say, Lomaje or something like that. Eh! Your cousin. This is wild though. God will forgive you, and you need to learn to forgive yourself. Or God has forgiven you, so please learn to forgive yourself. What would you do if the person you are falling in love turned out to be your distant cousin? That is my question for you all today. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And yes, we will meet in the next episode. Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to tell your uncles, brother, sister that this is Nana and I talk about everything. See you soon. Bye.